Dear learner, welcome in my lecture of programming in Java. I am Dr. Ashutosh Kumar Bhatt, Associate Professor, School of Computer Science and IT, Uttarakhand Open University, Haldwani. Today, the topic of my lecture is the life cycle of an applet responding to events. The objective of this lecture is to understand life cycle of Java applet, different method of applet life cycle, use of java.applet.applet class and java.awt.component class, and finally the event responding in Java. So, these are the learning objective of this lecture. So, first of all, the use of this applet programming. Basically, applet is very useful and it is helpful for development of GUI component, and it is helpful to display the GUI component on web browser. It is helpful in event handling as well as it is helpful for layout management. So, these are the benefit of applet programming. Now, Java applet, an applet is a special type of program that is embedded in web page to generate dynamic component. So, this is the main feature of applet, because the applet code or applet program can be embedded in a web page. Means we can apply Java programming on web page. We can display the output of Java program on a web page. It runs inside web browser and works at client side. So, this is part of web browser. So, basically Java, when we execute the program of Java, the output of Java program display on command prompt, but only this applet, the output of the applet can be displayed over any web page. Applet are used to make website more dynamic and entertaining. So, this is the main feature of Java applet. Now, some other benefit of Java applet: it works at client side, so less response time it takes, and Java applet is secured and it can be executed by browser running under many platforms like Linux, Windows, Mac OS, so etc. So, we can execute the applet code on any operating system like Linux, Windows or Mac operating system or any other operating system. So, this is also an advantage of Java applet. Now, there are different methods which can be used on Java applet. Unlike application, applet do not have main method, while in case of the traditional programming of Java, where we always write main function, but in Java applet we can use init function, start function, stop function, paint function, update function, repaint function and destroy function. So, these are the main function of commonly used function of Java applet. So, while we will use all these functions, we can say the applet life cycle. So, this is applet life cycle where we have different function, and you can see the use of different function by this flow chart. Basically, the init function will start by using this init function, an applet will born, and after the birth of this applet we will have this start function. By using this start function we will start the applet, and then it will came to this running mode, and here in the running mode we have this paint function. By using this paint function we can execute applet, and recursively we can execute the applet on any loop. Now, we have this pair of start and stop. One is start function and another one is stop function. So, this stop function will hold the applet and send it to the ideal stage, and again when it will restart, then again it will come into running stage. So, this is the pair of start and stop function. So, we can use both function, start and stop function also. And finally, the destroy function will die the applet and it will move to dead stage. So, the applet life cycle can be defined as a process of how the applet is created, started, stopped, destroyed during the entire execution of its application. So, we have different process. So, these by using all these process, we mention all these process, it is called applet life cycle. So, again you can see by this flow chart, the init method, this is initial method. By this method applet will born, then start method, then paint method, then stop method, and finally destroy method. And after stop method we can move on start method also. So, we can use loop here in this case between this start and stop. So, this is also flow of applet life cycle. Again individually, if you can see that different functions like init function, public void init is used to initialize the applet, it is invoked only once, and by this function applet will born. And then we have public void start function is invoked after init method or browser is maximized. As browser will maximize, this start function will automatically execute. So, it is used to start the applet. Stop function is used to stop the applet, and it is also invoked when applet is stopped or browser is minimized. So, when our browser will be minimized, it means stop function is executed automatically. And finally, we have this public void destroy function is used to destroy the applet, and it is invoked only once. Like init function invoked only once, the destroy function will also invoke only once, but start and stop function can be invoked many times as the requirement of the program. The paint function, this is also very important part of this applet. Basically, we will execute all the things inside this paint method, and its argument is graphics G. So, it means we can draw any type of the graphics inside the paint function or by using paint function. Is used to paint the applet. It provides graphics class object that can be used drawing oval, rectangle, arc, etc. Any type of the shape we can draw by this graphics class. Now, see how to execute, how to run the applet. There are two ways to run applet. One is HTML file and another one is the applet viewer tool. So, basically we create an Java file and we compile the Java file and convert it to the class file, and that class file will be included in the HTML file, and we execute the HTML file, and this execution of this HTML file will execution of the applet. But same time we can use applet viewer tool, and by using this applet viewer tool we can execute the applet. So, these are two methods of running an applet. Now, see the program. In this program we have a class test applet life cycle. Always when we will start any applet, we will create any class of applet, we must have to extend it from the applet class, and initially we will write import java.applet also. And then you can see this first function public void init function. So, we have mentioned here initialize object, this message we have mentioned here. Then second one is public void start, and this is also code to start the applet. Third is public void paint, and here graphics G or graphics is small graphics is the object also. Draw the shape, we can draw any type of the shape inside this paint method. Then stop method public void stop, code to stop the applet, and public void destroy, code to destroy the applet. So these are the syntax of this program, this applet program, this applet life cycle. Now applet cycle, how it is working. The applet, the paint method belongs to the AWT component class. So initially we have to mention import java.awt.star or import java.awt.component. In Java, if we want to make a class, an applet class, we need to extend the applet. You can see in previous one, this test applet life cycle class is extended from the applet class. Whenever we create an applet, we are creating the instance of existing applet class, and thus we can use all the methods of that class. Responding to events. Now see, this is very important program. In this program I am explaining you how to respond applet. So public class hello applet is the name of class, extend applet. Again you can see here I have marked is block extend applet. So always when we create an applet class, we will extend it from applet class. Applet is a predefined class. Now you can see public void init. This is the first function. Init and destroy function always invoked only one time. So when we will start the applet, initially we have this init function. So by using this init function, we have this set background color dot yellow, and then we have mentioned here message init method invoked. Then start method, here we have mentioned here public system.out.println start method invoked. This message is displayed over our screen. And third one is this public void paint graphics g system.out.println paint method invoked. And by using this g.drawString, hi there will be displayed over the screen at 24-25 coordinate. And finally we have this stop method, public void stop system.out.println stop method invoked. So you can see here only one statement hi there, which is by this g.drawString. So only this line will be displayed on our screen. Other line will not display on our screen, because all the line will display their output on command prompt, because these output lines are system.out.println, means the output of this line will be display over the command prompt. It will not display over the applet. Only one statement, you can see here I have underlined that statement g.drawString hi there at 24-25 coordinate. Only this line will display, and the color set background color dot yellow, the background color will be yellow of this applet. So this is the output hi there will be displaying over the screen, and background is yellow. And other message which are given by system.out.println, they will not be displayed over the applet, because system.out.println only display the message over command prompt. So these message will not display here. So this is the applet output on output console. Now see the another example. Here this is very simple example. Here we have a simple program public class first, which is extending from applet, and initially we have to write import java.applet.applet. Applet is a package, and applet a capital letter, that is applet class, import java.aw.graphics, and then public class first extend applet, and this is applet class, and public void paint graphics g, this is the function of applet class function. So we are writing here g.drawString welcome 150, 150 coordinate. Now this program, this file first.java will compile, and it will be converted into first.class, and this first.class will be used in the HTML file. On the left hand side of this screen you can see HTML body applet code equals to first.class, not first.java. So we are writing here, we are using here dot class file of the right side program. and its width is 300, height is 300 slash applet slash body slash HTML. So, this is the pair of program. One is completely Java program in Applet and another is HTML program where we are using this Java applet code. So, everything which we are implementing, which we are using in Java, that can be implemented, that can be displayed over this browser, this by this HTML program over the browser. You can see this is another example of responding to events. The first line, import java.awt.event.star, import java.applet.star, import java.awt.star. So, we require event package as well as applet package as well as AWT package. Public class event applet extend applet and implement action listener. So, you can see here we are extending as well as we are implementing. So, this event applet class, our class is event applet which is public and we are extending it from applet, it means it is a applet class, and same time we are implementing from action listener. So, basically action listener is a event listener class, event interface, and this event interface is used for the button. And we have different listener class like mouse listener which is used for the mouse event, mouse motion listener which will be used for the mouse motion methods or functions, as well as item listener which is used for checkbox, etc. So, here action listener, we are implementing this action listener interface and this action listener is for the button. So, here the first object, that is button BTTN. So, this is object of button class, and another one TXT which is object of text field. Now, see public void init function. Inside this init method, the first text field TXT this object equals to new text field. So, it means we want to add, we are adding here one text field as well as BTTN equals to new button, and by this line we are adding one button, we will add one button. So, click me is the caption of that button. So, we have defined here two different text field and button, and the third line inside this init function, that is add button as well as add text field. So, we are adding here text field as well as button, and button dot add action listener. So, we are combining this button with action listener, means whatever the event will happen on this button, it will be readed, it will be accessed, and the argument of this action listener is this, means same class which is applet class, which is this event applet. So, this applet class is the object, this is a object by default object of the this class. If we are using any object inside the class itself, so this it will be represented by the this keyword. So, the same class, with the same class we are adding the action listener, means inside class any button, if there is any button, then event will be happen on that button, means if we will press or we will click on that button. So, it means this button will read the event. So, you can see this line, this last line of this init method. Now, see the another one, public void action perform action event AE. So, action event will generate and action perform is a function. So, we have only one button, if any action will happen on that button, so action perform function will be executed, and inside this action perform function there is a statement, only one statement, and this statement you can see here, txt field txtfld dot set text, means the text field which we have defined in the previous method, init method, and which is added in init method. Inside this method we are setting the text welcome to c#corner.com. So, this message will be displayed over that text field. And the last line you can see here, applet code event applet dot class, see the upper class whose name is event applet. So, we are writing here event applet dot class, not event applet dot java, because the class will be compiled and it will be converted event applet dot class, width 400, height 400, and then applet is closed here. So, when we will execute this program, this responding to event program, so the output will be this. So, you can see here one text field and one button. So, applet, this is the output, and applet started, you can see here. So, automatically it will be displayed here. So, first is text field and the second one is the second component, that is button. So, you can see here again inside the init method, add button as well as add text field. So, we are adding button as well as text field. So, you can see here text field as well as button. Now, when we will click on this button, click me button. So, as we will click on the button, action performed, this action perform method will invoke, and inside action perform method action event will generate, and this action perform method will execute this single line text field dot set field. So, initially this text field is blank, there is no string written inside this text field. You can see this output, there is no output here. But when we will click on click me button, then welcome to c#corner.com will be displayed, will be set text will be set over this text field. So, see the another slide here, here the output, when we will click on click me, then welcome to c#corner, it will be displayed over the text field. So, I have given here both output, I have presented here both output. So, the first line you can see this of this slide, when we click on click me button, an event is generated, the name of event which is generated, that is action performed event. So, this event will generate, an event is generated that display the message that we pass in our program, and the output is shown below. So, you can see the output. So, this will be the output. Now, see finally see this load and display. So, here we are using to display an image. So, you can see here applet that display image. So, import java.applet.start, import java.awt.start, public class myApplet, see this applet, and it is extending again from the applet class. We have taken here IAM object of image and then init function, and by using this get document base we are getting this accessing this cloud.jpg, we are loading this cloud.jpg which is over default directory of our computer. So, the object IAM will represent cloud.jpg file, and the another command set background command, we are changing the background color dot yellow, and then see the another function public void paint graphics g. By using this object g, we are writing here g dot draw image, means we are drawing an image, and this image at 50-50 coordinate, and this object means it will represent the same program. This is a object which representing the same class. Same class means myApplet class. So, this will represent the object of myApplet1 class. So, it means the same object, same class which is applet class, and under this applet class at 50-50 coordinate we are printing this IAM. IM means cloud.jpg. IM is a object which representing this cloud.jpg, because we are writing here get document base, means we are getting this document cloud.jpg, and get image function we are also using here. So this way we can display any image over an applet. So after listening this lecture, the learner will able, or we can say learning outcome of this lecture is to understand the life cycle of Java applet and the different method used in applet life cycle. Learner will be able to use the method of java.applet.applet class. Here the middle applet, that is, it should be small because it is package, so it is misprinted here, and java.awt.component class, and many examples are explained for the event responding in Java applet. So thank you learner, thank you very much.